Working on yourself sounds like a great idea, but for Christians, you got to be careful about two things. And they're two things that I see all the time talking to people about their marriages. Number one is when people say, I've already worked on myself. We see this comment all the time in the people that we talk to on our ads and on our content. And they say, I've already worked on myself. Like, whoa, you've arrived? You've gotten to the place where you've conquered everything? You've conquered your sin? You've gotten to the next level? My friends, that's just a completely unbiblical notion. And it's something that people say all the time. And it's actually kind of an excuse. I've already done everything I can do. There's nothing else I can do. It's just not true. That's not something that God would ever say. And of course, we need him to get to the next level, which leads us to number two. I'm going to work on myself. Sounds great, but you have to be really careful because how are you going to work on yourself? What does that mean? Does it mean, well, I just went to the gym and I got buff? Does it mean that you are trying to work around the house a little bit more and do things? Does it mean that you're just trying to smile more? Like, unless it's transformative and unless it's really leading towards connection with your spouse, what's the point? And in the context of marriage, my friends, we have got to make sure that our idea of working on ourselves is rooted in that end. It's rooted in the idea that God designed marriage not to be him working really, really hard and she's working really, really hard. Marriage is about oneness. In fact, the Bible says you become one flesh. So unless that idea of working on yourself is aimed at the two of you, towards closeness and towards restoration, then usually more often than not, it's leading the other direction. Especially with a lot of the self-help out there. Many of the counselors out there are actually recommending that people essentially follow their heart, find their own joy. Just it's almost like this idea that we're going to do this marriage partnership. But this is not what God had in mind at all when he designed marriage. Marriage is more than a partnership. It's a covenant, it's a vow, it's a deep soul connection. And unless you're working to that end, what's the point of working on yourself?